the podcast. As you can clearly see, this is the Coffin Fan Club. We only use Coffin in Pokemon. Is that the Pokemon's name? I don't know, but I think it is. Scott is dying. He loves coffins so much he's got 12 in his house. Like 12 of them. 12 big coffins. And I'm just like, Scott, what about your lungs? Those bastards will destroy your lungs. But he's just like, no, don't worry about it. These are my family now. And I'm just like, Scott, what about secondhand smoking? And he's just like,
it's not actually me coughing, it's the Pokemon, I promise. Like,
I've heard it true. I've heard it true.
Stop it,
So hey everybody, welcome back to the podcast. My name is Blairlex, and over there is Scottscy.
Hello.
We've been podcasting for about a year now. Isn't that exciting?
I guess.
No?
Look what it's done to me.
Dude, to be honest with you, it clearly shows, it's like we're at the start of our, last year was at the start of the career, so hopeful and, passionate about everything we do. And now we're back at the end of the year where we're just finished doing every drug under the sun. We've let the fame get to our head, And now we're back on the podcast going, fucking hell, mate. I don't know if I can do this anymore, Mr. Shelby. Have you ever watched that show, by the way?
No.
Oh, Peaky Blinders. You not watched Peaky Blinders yet?
I've watched...
You should. It's good.
I've watched an episode. Wow, my voice went then. Well, we should probably explain why I'm coughing before we get into the podcast, Blair. Let me set, a ground for this episode before people just listen to me coughing.
I already explained that you've got all the coffins in your room. Yeah,
that's...
Coffin the Pokemon, not a natural
That's the canon
coffin.
law.
That's a different situation. Oh god, you better not have any coffins in your room, dude. That would be fucking morbid. He's dying. Oh my god, are you okay?
Ugh. So basically, for those of you who watch my streams,
oh wow,
I did a Beat Saber stream last week, I think it was now.
Did you?
Yeah, I played Beat Saber, then I played Walking Dead, the new one.
Oh, the Walking Dead game looks pretty dope.
We'll talk about that later. It's fucking great. But I played Beat Saber because I wanted to start exercising again, but I didn't want to start going to the gym because I didn't want to drop a bunch of money and then not keep to it. So I've said to myself, if I keep to playing Beat Saber regularly, I can trust myself to then go to the gym.
Right?
What?
You gotta climb up the ranks, right? That was the true goal.
Let's tell you, I'm not playing it for rank. I'm playing it for fun now. I'm done with League of Legends.
You're done with ranks?
Well, no,
you're done with League of Legends?
But
oh my fucking god!
I'm done.
Nobody's ever done that in the history of Dota.
I'm done with ranks, but I know if I do start playing it properly again, I'll care about ranks. But at the minute, I haven't got anybody to challenge. You were my rival, but you're gone, and you keep taking this explanation off the rails, Blair. Can I just keep to my track and you're in my little... Oh, Jesus. I'm dying.
Alright, okay. I'll give you 10 seconds before it goes off the rails, dude. Explain.
Fuck you. But, yeah, so I did that to try and get back, to start exercising. I've said to myself, if I keep playing Beat Saber regularly, I'll trust myself to pay money to go to the gym because I'll know I'll do that regularly. If I trust myself to do a Beat Saber. So I did that and exercised playing that, and then I watched, and then I finished the stream, played a bunch of other shit. Then I started watching anime and I caught up with My Hero, and I was super in this get fit mindset because I was playing Beat Saber and I felt great coming out of it. And I was like, yo. And so and then after I finished watching My Hero, I stuck the My Hero soundtrack on and just started working out.
Oh my god.
And I was like, yeah, cool. I'm actually
you're me now, dude.
Sticking to
You're
it.
literally me.
But so yeah, I was like, yeah, I'll exercise. I did a bunch of exercising and then I felt great. I went to sleep and I was like, I know I'm gonna hurt tomorrow, but it'll be fine. And then I woke up with a massive migraine, one of the biggest migraines I've had in a long time. My entire body ached, which I expected, but it wasn't in the I've just exercised, here's the ache from the lactic acid, muscle tears, blah, blah, blah. It wasn't just that. All of my joints and everything else hurt as, You know when you're ill and you feel that, like,
Oh yeah, you like your muscles generally just it feels like they're kind of throbbing,
yeah,
but they're
it
not. Yeah.
wasn't just like it was a combination of like being ill pain as well as exercise pain. I was like, oh, this isn't good. So like it just all hit me at once. And then I've been
Oh
ill
man.
every day without I got worse each day for about like 4 days straight where I
Mhm.
couldn't eat.
Oh god, dude, I feel so bad.
But that was the thing. I didn't have the cough. I didn't have like a runny nose, anything like that for the first like 2 days.
You
Then
had the
that hit.
temperature, right?
Oh, like my temperature was like through the roof, and I
Oh.
started thinking to myself like, do I have coronavirus?
Oh
I have-
no! Oh no!
I had every single symptom, but my mum was like, coronavirus is just a flu. She's a nurse. She knows about all this shit, and like, because you know.
Beforehand, did you get out to your mum and you were sort of like, Mother, I think it's the end.
No, I was just making jokes about it because I was like, "Hey, mum, I've got corona," and she was like, "Fuck off." So yeah, it was getting to the point where like every day my mum was messaging me like, "Are you still alive?" in the morning, and then if I didn't reply, she'd ring me like, "Can you just reply?" Like, yeah, I'm alive. Don't worry. But like it just kept getting worse. I had to take time off work and everything for it. It's been bad.
Do you think like it's coming to the end, or do you think you're just
Oh,
starting the illness?
I'm 100% better. Like, not 100%. Sorry. Like, I'm like way better. Like, genuinely, I couldn't move at one point, and I couldn't eat. I couldn't, like I couldn't sleep. I ended up just staying up. Like, I've watched. I kind of wish I didn't, but I was watching nothing but YouTube compilations for about like 4 days in a row. I think I've
What
rewatched.
compilations were you watching? Actually,
I think I've rewatched every single episode of the Game Grumps Super Mega and even fucking Markiplier's live streams. Like,
oh no!
genuinely,
Oh no, dude!
no, because it was autoplay and I just left it, and it was great.
Dude, they're like, they're like so good to watch, right? But like, you don't want to watch them when you're sick, right? Because then you kind of think about them when you're sick. You know, you get the bad feeling. You know,
No,
you
but
ever get like that?
No, because I've watched
the bad
those
association.
I've watched those compilations like a million times already.
Oh man!
So it was just another watch, if you know what I mean. Fucking.
Can you watch the same Game Grumps compilation over and over again?
Well, I can, yeah, but I normally not like if I'm watching it, you know what I mean? Not if I'm sat there and it's getting my attention. Say if I'm playing a game with it on, or like I'm in bed trying to get to sleep, I'll put them on because I don't need to watch it to see what's happening. I can just listen and I know exactly what's happening. It's kind of like watching Friends.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Like
You know what I
that's
mean?
weirdly enough. That's what's it called? It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia for me. It's just
Yeah,
kind of
that
like
too. Yeah.
you know, you can just kind of like you put it on the background when you're like doing stuff, and every now and then you're just like, haha. And
It's
then
the
you just
glory of
continue your work.
sitcoms. That's why I love sitcoms so much. They're just so rewatchable.
I really like sitcoms to a certain, if they're like weird, you know, to a certain extent.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, because like, say
Like
Community I
Community.
could watch again. Yeah, Community I could watch again and again and again. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I've rewatched that entire series like 5 different times, just for the sake of just having it in the back. And every single time when I get to Danny DeVito's, it's the trash man. I
you know-
know that I've done a good job.
I found out recently that the Trash Man was completely improvised.
No fucking way,
Yeah.
really?
Like, well, like,
Dude.
the character was meant to be a wrestling character, but his like lines as the Trash Man was completely improvised, and they just went with
Yes.
it because like Danny DeVito's apparently like just a mad improviser, and they just go with whatever he says. It's
To
fucking
be honest with
incredible.
you, now that you bring that up, right? The show, I wonder how much of It's Always Sunny is like improvised, because
The
it
egg
seems
thing
like
as
the
well.
type of show.
The egg thing was
Really?
improvised, yeah.
No fucking
Yeah.
way.
Him
Cause-
being just
yeah.
like egg.
Because when you like look at the when you look at like the trash man scene, right, and he's just kind of like he's in the fucking battle pose and he's looking left to right, like Like, that's just kind of the humor, but now that you've put that it was improvised, I can fucking see it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's like the I'm looking for confirmation that this is okay type of face, you know what I mean? Like, 'cause that's the thing whenever you're doing improv and stuff like that, right? Because, dude, I've started going to improv classes now, and
Oh, really?
it's very weird, right?
That's something I've always wanted to do, to be honest.
They're a lot of fun. 90% of our improvs are extremely bad, but I feel like that's the
just
way
how
it
it's gonna
comes
be.
to it, right?
Yeah.
Because like we did one last week. It was me, this girl, and these two other dudes, which I never saw again afterwards. And we had to do an improv about like this chair belonged to me and no one else, right? And everyone was trying to own the chair. And of course, my character was Sir Fortescue, the first of his name. And so the other characters, I don't even know who the other characters were. I was being a bit of a dick and interrupting, but that's what my character would do. I would be just like, "Nay, my lady, this was given to me by the Pope. The Pope gave me this chair." And she would be just like, "You don't even know the Pope. I know the Pope. He christened me." I know well the Pope christened me, and I would take this chair home. It's actually my christening chair. Then someone came out of nowhere. It's just like, "I'm the Pope," and I was just like, "You are not the Pope. The Pope christened me. I would know who the Pope is." And it literally just got more and more dangerous as things went on. And you would notice that everyone else's improv ended like a half an hour before our improv ended. So people would just like, be just like, "Okay, it's time to end
Wrap
it
it
now."
up.
Yeah. And I was just like, "Nay! I will take my trusty steed and this stool and leave, good sir." But then people would keep grabbing me, but it's like, "You don't own this stool. Who are you? Get out of my house." But it's a lot of fun, man. I really suggest improv just for the sake of confidence, right? Because I don't know, I've been doing so much confidence building now, and there's this one thing that you do in improv, which they don't always make you do, but they get everybody sitting around in chairs, right? And I don't know, this helped me so much with confidence. So there's around 16 of us in chairs, right? And the fella goes, "Okay, now I want you all to moan." So you just have like, yeah, like everybody just moans. Everybody just does just really sexual moans. So like, you know, to start with, I'm just like, uh. And then everybody starts getting louder and louder and louder and shit. And then you're just like, "Okay, I get it. All right, you know what I mean? Like, this is good. I can
Yeah.
moan." I'd
Yeah.
really suggest it, dude. I don't know what it's called, but I called it moaning therapy, and everybody thinks I'm talking about porn, but I'm not. It's so much more awkward.
So much worse than porn.
Yeah. Like, because I've gotten over the cringing stage. Do you still cringe at things now?
Not really.
Right.
It
Yeah.
purely depends. Like, it's tough to say because it's like, especially with this bite. You know, bite. Like I've been
Yeah,
trying to get
bite,
you on
yeah.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
There's
I
if you
just
go
almost
on
make a
that,
few.
there's quite a few that'll make me sort of go like, but I mainly like cringe when people try just way too hard and they're not relaxed about it. You know what I mean?
I suppose so. I
That's
find
the only.
it redeeming in
I don't
some
even know
ways.
if I'd call it cringe. It's just sort of like
you know when people always say
uninterested?
like, well, yeah, right. It's
Yeah.
just boring, right? It's not
Yeah.
cringe anymore, and that's like one of the weirdest things because whenever you're like doing that type of stuff, you're always just like, "Oh, this is gonna be fucking cringe." But if you just think of it as it's gonna be boring, you just do it. You know what I mean? You're just like, "Wow, shit." I can't help it, man. This is the worst. I'm so sorry for everybody with speakers on throughout the house. I really apologize.
Right?
You'll
You're just
know-
moaning at me, a coughing my lungs up. Like,
they'll know for the future never to watch this show without headphones again.
watch the show through your speakers.
Oh, dude, as loud as it possibly could, right?
No, Blair, listen to yourself. You're
Yeah?
saying watch the show through your speakers.
No, watch. Oh, did I?
You said watch.
Do it, pussy.
It's a podcast.
Oh,
You listen!
but it's a show though. It's our show.
You listen to a show?
It's our show.
You don't watch a podcast unless like, you
I don't
can't-
know. Like you can watch the podcast.
can't watch
we have
this
it on
podcast.
YouTube. Well, you can. You just watch the screen on the YouTube player.
You watch the little static images with the little TV that flickers every now and again. Who's gonna watch that?
Yeah, they love it. It's their favorite thing about the podcast. And if you're on Spotify and stuff like that, you might be looking outside the window. You might just be just like, oh shit.
They're not
I'm
watching the
on my way to
podcast then.
bus."
They're listening to it
But-
while watching the
but
world go by.
They're watching the world go by, but the world, then they could like imagine us like sitting there right next to them. You know what I mean? Like we're right there, right next to you right now. I'm putting my hand on your shoulder.
You wouldn't want to
And
be
Scott's
next to me
putting his
right now. You'll
hands-
catch something.
Scott's putting his hand on my shoulder, and now I'm turning green. Very, very, very green.
And now
I'm
I'm coughing
infected.
in Blair's face.
And now you are also infected. I'm sorry for your loss. Now perish. So,
Plague
Okay.
Inc.
dude, it's just like we're patient zero, man. That's all that is, you know?
Yeah, pretty
To be honest, I know this may sound weird, right? But by the end of my life, right? If it comes to me that I get infected by some sort of disease, I kind of hope they do name it after me. You know what I mean? Wouldn't that be a good bit of crack? You've got the Alexander virus, you know? Or you got the Blair virus, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
sounds like a cool, like emo band, you know? You know what I mean? It's like, dude, I could see people getting down to that. Unless it kills them, of course.
Wouldn't it be more likely last name, though?
The Hanley virus?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Hanley virus sounds too inviting. You know what Hanley means in Irish?
Go on.
It means beauty.
The beauty virus.
Yeah, the beauty.
The hot virus.
Well, it just gives you an erection, and you can't get it down. And you just die of that erection.
You just die of blood loss. Because all blood just directs to your penis, like, from your
Oh.
entire body.
And
The only
then,
thing that
like,
lives
it's
is your penis, and then it pops off and starts running, and then it grows into you, but a penis. And it
Oh my
takes your
God.
place in society.
Dude, it's like, it's like, what the fuck?
What?
What the fuck? He's dying, the poor lad. Holy shit. Dude, I can't even believe that fucking shit, dude. That's like, are you dying? Oh my god, are you okay? Doctor! Medic! Medic!
See, I felt like
Oh.
when I messaged you like earlier today, I felt fine, but the second, like, I've not been coughing this much all day. I think just speaking is triggering it. Like,
Dude, I almost feel like, yeah, it's one of those things, man. Whenever you sit there and you start to feel better, and then you think of like work or something, it's back.
yeah,
It's like straight away back. It's like whenever I do voiceover and stuff like that, right? I'm always just like, oh, I've got a little bit of a tickle in my throat. And it's like, it's only a tiny tickle. Don't worry about it. And then I say one word, and it's just like, you fool! Now
Well,
perish.
what
That's
I'll
my
try
new
and do-
word, by the way. I can't stop saying
Perish.
that.
I do,
Yeah,
I do like a
perish.
good perish, to be honest.
Right?
Actually, if I
Dude.
sit up, I don't feel it as much, so I'll try and sit as straight as I can.
Dude,
And
let
hopefully-
the all the gunge go down into your throat.
Great, good mental image. But well, I've cleared a path, so okay. If I need to cough, I can just do it in the other side of the room as quick as I can. Luckily,
Oh,
I've got
you've
wireless
got, like,
headphones.
You've got
So-
like the runaway strat now.
Yeah,
Man,
sick of coughing into the microphone, even though I'm turning as far away as I can. But
actually, that's a good point, man. Speaking of dying, man. So you've been doing a lot of dying this week.
Yep.
But what have you been doing as you're dying? What's your kind of like? I know we were talking about the compilations, right? So, but like, what's your kind of like comfort thing to do when you're really sick?
when I'm very sick,
Mm.
like that, I was meant to go on to a point earlier because it reminded me because of this. Remember when you mentioned that, like when you're sick and you watch something and you associate it with being in that
Like
mood?
dead.
Or,
Yeah.
yeah, I had an anime like that. It was what was it? I had an anime I watched when I was super ill. Like I remember, like when I was ill, I was like dead, like worse than I've been this week when I watched it. and it was
Oh, yeah.
Campion, I believe it was called. I can't remember if it's like
Campion? Is that that's the one with the blonde girl and
yeah, and then it's the guy with the tablet, and then when he gets his power, he summons like a bunch of swords, but it has to be like lewd as shit. If you know, I can't remember like
yeah, it's like isn't that the like the kind of like kind of Fate riff off kind of one? Where it's
I
like
don't know. I've not seen Fate,
like
so
these other you haven't seen Fate? Why haven't you seen
we've
Fate?
talked about this.
I just want people to watch more Fate, man. That's all I need. I just need more people to watch Fate, man. That's literally all that it is, dude. Everybody should watch Fate. I know Fate has a huge fan base, but let's make it bigger. You know what I'm saying? We need a bigger fan base.
I'm back. All right. I mean, yeah, but there's so much going on that I don't know where to start. And, you know, it's
I
not,
will take you on
no,
a journey.
It's not
I will
my
just
cup of tea,
I will
Blairlex.
give you a timeline, and
No.
then you just watch one of them, and then we'll figure something out.
No.
Oh, fine. Okay, fine. If you don't want to watch that, dude, okay, we'll watch harem shows together. Right?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Speaking of harem shows,
But like there was this.
oh yeah, wait.
So yeah, it was this Campion because I remember like dying while I was absolutely like ready to just fucking end it all while watching it because I couldn't move, and I remember just sitting in like one position, basically just blacking out the entire time.
Oh
And just
fuck.
watched the
Ugh.
entire thing, and then that was the only thing I did the entire time I was ill, because I'd keep blacking out and restarting episodes, and it lasted about a week. And then it finished, and then I got better, and then I was like, I'm never watching that damn show ever again, and I was just left the like worst taste in my mouth for it ever. So,
Dude, like that actually, like there's a similar situation like that for me. It's not as bad, but so do you ever, when you were like sick and you got a really high temperature, do you ever like get kind of those kind of like nightmares? Kind of like where you get up and you're just like, and then you like run around the house for a little bit and then like kind of calm down and you realize, oh, I'm awake. Do you ever get those, like when you get those fever dreams?
oh, like a fever, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the right word for it.
I wouldn't run around the house because but
you see, I was watching Harry Potter. Okay.
Right, where's
And
this go? Go on.
I was watching the Harry Potter I don't know, they're in like a car. I forgot which one it is. They're in like a car and they go
They're in a car a couple of times in it.
they're in a forest in the car and you're like, why are they driving the car in the forest? Like doesn't that seem like the worst place to drive a car? But then they get into like a cave and then they're all just like, Harry, where the fuck are we, Harry? And then Harry's all just like, I gotta get out and see what's going on over here. Oh my god, spiders! There's spiders everywhere! Harry, get back in the fucking car! Then they get back in the fucking car and then they escape and then there's a bunch of spiders, right? But there's one scene where a spider like breaks into it might be the first one actually. Breaks into the car and nearly grabs them. But I had that like playing at the time. So all you hear is just people screaming out of my laptop, and then I wake up and I'm just like, ah! I start running around the house. And the little family are just like, you okay? And I was just like, demons! Demons! But then you feel really stupid when you calm down, so then you go to bed, and then you forget about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like,
do you not have fever dreams like that?
I do, yeah, but nothing like too crazy, because I don't often remember my dreams. And
yeah.
Scary dreams don't get me. I'll wake up and be like, whoa, that's cool. Like, my mind can distinguish them quickly once I wake up. It's weird.
Have you ever had like a lucid dream where you can control it?
A couple of times, yeah.
Really?
Not too, like, fantastic, though. Like, I'll have a lucid dream and it'll just be me doing normal-ass shit, and then I'll wake up and be like, wait, that was a dream? Of all things?
I've never had a lucid dream before, but I've had like the sleep paralysis. You know what I mean?
Oh, sleep paralysis.
Yeah, where you're just you see, I don't think sleep paralysis is like what you think it is, right? I think it's that you're like that your eyes aren't open I think you're just dreaming of your bedroom. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what sleep paralysis is like.
I don't. It's like,
you know what I mean?
I can't. One sec, I'm dying. It's like, fuck's sake, let me speak. Like, sleep paralysis is a thing. Like, it's
I've
you
heard
sort
it,
of
right?
you are asleep, but your mind isn't. So, you can like. I think there's like sort of multiple like sort of cases of it, if you know what I mean. Like, there is one where
Yeah.
your eyes are open and shit happens, or you're asleep and shit happens. Like, there's probably so many different ways, but the effect is the same in the end. Shitting yourself, you know what I mean?
I just like because everybody tends to see like a black shadow of something, right? Something
Yeah.
like a shadow that's just gonna grab you and get you, right? But I don't know. I still wonder if it's like your brain is your eyes are open and you're hallucinating, or it's just completely in your brain, right? You're just like oh my god, the demon is going to get me, but I'm so tired.
I
You know what I
must
mean?
sleep.
I must sleep. Cause the only time which I've had those type of dreams is when I've had something really important to do in the morning. So I'm always just like, not today, demon. You know what I mean?
Not
It's just
today.
like,
I've got work to do.
yes, exactly. Like it's just it always happens. Like it can't happen on a day where you're doing nothing either. You know what I mean? It's always just
Yeah. Well, it's
like
because that's when your mind's most active. Like,
when you got work in the
when
morning.
you've got
there's some
shit to
sort
think
of,
about, if you know what I mean.
That's
When you've got
true.
nothing to worry about the next day or anything, your mind's not sort of that bothered. So it'll just sort of you've not got anything on your mind that you're worried about or like having to sort of think about. So you just sort of if you do have like like if it's just free time and you go to sleep, your mind's not worrying or anything. So maybe that's why.
Hmm. It does make you wonder. It does make you wonder. Cause I always like you know me, I really like dreams. I've got like this weird I get like weirdly obsessed with weird things, and I've already talked about this in the podcast before. But the idea of dreaming and stuff like that is so like cool to me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That you could imagine you're somewhere else and actually believe it.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like
that
that's
reminds
dope.
me. Like, have you been paying attention to this whole thing on Twitter
Which
about people being able to imagine and see it?
oh yeah, you mean the Apple thing where it's like
Yeah.
you're a five. Yeah, that like okay. So just
Why
to
is this
explain
the
if nobody else
first
has
time
seen
it's
it.
come up? I've known this is a thing for years.
Yeah, it's
Like,
weird. It's weird. It's
right?
like yeah, it's kind of one of those like weird things. You know, well, I don't know. Every now and then I see those like people in the comments being like, "I'm a five. I thought everybody was a five, right?" But at the same time, like you sit there, and I'm just like, "Oh shit, okay." Oh fuck! Because like basically, just for everybody who's just on the listening part now, they're talking about like how much you can imagine in your brain. So if you close your eyes, right, can you and imagine an apple? How detailed is that apple, right? And so they basically that was the whole gist of the tweet. The tweet. So like one is you can't see it at all, and five is you see that baby on a tree, right? That baby's got a little
That
worm
bitch
in
is
it,
in
you know?
4K with a nice
Yeah.
shine on it and like
Nice
looks
couple of
glistening.
shaders,
You
right?
can see
Like
the damn like water drops all over it. You know, like
right.
because
So
I'm sort of in the middle of the spectrum. I can kind of see it, but then I kind of like if I try and focus on it, it goes. If you know what I mean, it's
dude, I'm a one.
kind of like
Like,
those little eye. You know, like when you look at a light and then look away, and you get one of those eye drifty thingies. It's kind of like
oh
that for me.
yeah, like the little black shadowy things.
Yeah, like I can kind of
Yeah,
see them, but it disappears if I like try too hard to look at it. If you know what I mean. Like
yeah,
there's,
it's
it's not like
weird,
I
right?
don't see anything. I see something, and like if I imagine, like if I can imagine hard enough, I can actually like sort of make stuff out in my head. And yeah, I've
It's
always
always
known people
comprehend
had a
that, right?
different amount. People had a different amount of what they could see. Always known that, but it's I
I
don't know.
suppose it doesn't really come up in conversation, right? You know, you kind of have to go out of your way to find that info, you know, because like it's something you just wouldn't think about, right? In
Yeah,
terms of stuff, right? Because like everybody thinks their own brainwave in certain situations. So like on that thing, like when I close my eyes, I can't see anything, right?
yeah,
I can't see anything. There's nothing there, right? So whenever everybody's just like, imagine an apple, I'm just like, I know what an apple looks like. I know what it's there, but like, what the fuck do you mean imagine it, buddy? I have no idea, right? Like, what's going on? Like, I cannot. imagine it, but I can understand what it is. I know what it is. I've seen it before, you know? It's like one of
Yeah.
those things, right? So when you hear people can like imagine that bad boy in certain different like aspects and like add details to the cunt, you're just like, whoa, what?
Well, it's like
That's not fair.
fuck's sake. It's like
That's not fair at all.
I don't really have to close my eyes to do it. You know what I mean? Like
Mm,
I can kind of just do it and be like, okay, there's an apple. If you know what I mean, like,
yeah.
because I've always like I'm surprised it's not really sort of come up for a lot of people because like cartoons used to do it quite a bit,
Yeah.
where it'd be like
They did, yeah.
just use your imagination, then it'll go into their imagination, it'll see them interacting with all the shit, and like you know what I mean, like that's just a sort of animated version
Like,
of this
yeah,
whole
little-
fucking
Why like
discussion, but-
why isn't it like brought up in like schools and stuff like that? You know what I mean? Like it could be like I've always thought about it. Now that I'm like so I only figured this out like recently that other people like can imagine things better than me. It seems to be the case. But like I'm very creative. I can still be creative, right? I just have a different way of thinking of it, right?
Well, that's what I mean. I
So-
mean, it's not a handicap to have either. Like, it's not a handicap or a sort of, what's the word? An advantage to
yeah.
have it. Like, it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, people can still imagine things. It's just you don't visualize it. You just sort of know. Like you said, you know what an apple looks like. You know, like,
Right.
you know what I mean? That's the same as like imagining it. It's
It
just
does make you think, right? Like, but just for the sake of like, in terms of how it is, right? And so many people think differently and stuff like that. I wonder would like if like it was brought up in like education and stuff like that, would people be able to teach differently because of the idea of knowing, right? You know what I mean? Like the idea of knowing this over this, right?
well.
Well, obviously, like the schooling system isn't really that funded, of course, but like you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's that. Yeah, I mean, I don't think so because I feel like the sort of schooling system is built around the fact of, like, sort of the idea that everyone can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the fact, like they sort of plan education in mind of not everyone can see what they imagine, so they'll just do it as if no one can close their eyes and see shit, so they'll just do it that way, which makes sense. I think that'll be why. But I don't really see how they could sort of change education to sort of match people who could or can't, if you know what I mean. Like
That's true. It's probably like you'd have to have specialized schools and stuff. Whoops,
just- I
Discord.
don't know. I don't. I
Stop.
think it's just been made out to be a bigger thing than it actually is.
You think so? Do you think it's like
Yeah.
one of those things where it's just like,
'Cause-
you got it,
'cause,
you
like,
don't.
Everyone I've seen on Twitter talk about like not being able to see anything. We're
Yeah.
fucking like illustration like YouTubers
Artists
like
and
Ross,
things like that, right? Yeah.
like Ross and Odd Ones Out, and
Oh,
I'm like
is Ross like is Ross a one?
Ross said he can't see shit.
Makes sense. I
So
can
it's
see that.
like they're artists. They can't see shit when they close their eyes, but they can make shit on paper. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's what I don't think it really matters if you can see it or not. It's just
I feel
It's
like
just one of
everybody's
those.
intelligent in their own ways.
you can
right?
still
In
sort
terms
of
of, like-
visualize something in your own way, like especially like I don't think it matters. So I don't know.
I
it's just weird.
honestly think like the whole like the 5 like on the spectrum of seeing everything that you can see would actually work better for more maybe like practical mathematical like minded
Oh yeah,
people.
100%.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because then they could just imagine the thing being solved, right? I feel like that would be like a photographic memory type deal. You know what
It
I
sounds
mean?
like an anime.
It does a little bit, doesn't it? You go into your mind palace and you're just like you
There's- no,
open up
there's just this,
drawers
like,
and shit.
There's this like genius mathematician who just like sees like an equation, then you see him blink, and then he writes down the answer dead quick, and it's correct. Like, dude, and he goes around the
Did
world
you-
like touring maths competitions.
It's like, dude, it's like that one anime which I love the intro from, but you know how I get so mad about it? It's like the fastest finger first, you know,
Oh
the
yeah,
question
you
anime.
complain about this
I
constantly.
hate
It's
it
great.
so much, dude. But the intro is so good because it's by my favorite Japanese band called Mrs. Green Apple, I think, or Mr.
Oh
Green
yeah,
Apple. And they're my favorite thing. They did the
the
Fire Force opening.
yeah
They did
Inferno.
yeah, Inferno. They've done a lot of openings actually. They've done a lot of
Yeah, they've
openings,
done a
but
lot.
in particular, like the intro that they did for Fastest Finger First made me watch the entire show just for the intro. And then when I got to the end of it, I was just like, what the fuck? This isn't fun. But anyway, I've already had a rant about Fastest
Yep,
Finger
you
First.
already have.
I already, so I can't bring that back up again. But I don't know, man. Do you ever, because you say you're in the middle, right? Would you ever like a photographic memory?
Well,
I feel like it would be
that's
exhausting. You know
that's
what I
something
mean?
completely different. Photographic memory.
Oh, is it? Is it not? Is that not number 5?
Yes, that's
Is it?
completely
Is it?
different.
Okay.
Uh,
All right. Would you
this
would
is
you
just
rather be
sort
a
of
number 5 then?
mental visionary, I guess.
Yeah.
Like because sometimes I can be.
Hmm.
You know, it just purely depends on mindset. Like sometimes I can close my eyes and be like, "Holy shit, it's a good looking apple," and then sometimes I close my eyes and be like, "There's nothing fucking there." It just purely depends, like, because I think I used to be able to picture shit in my head very vividly, but ever since
Hmm.
this came out, I've tried it a few times and been like, I can't see shit. But I think it's because everyone's thinking about it that it
Oh,
doesn't
you
work.
think so?
I think that's
Hmm.
mainly it as well. Like, I think everyone has the ability to. It's just a case of like, you've just got to do it subconsciously. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel
You
like
don't have to go like, I'm gonna picture this, because it's like, I don't think that's how it works. I think you have to just sort of do it subconsciously and then be like, oh, that's what I'm, and then be like, yeah, there it is. You know what I mean?
Because
Like,
that's the thing with me, right? Like I like the way that I work in terms of learning and education and stuff like that is that I experiment a bunch of times, but like I don't think about what I'm going to say next. It just kind of comes out of my mouth, especially when I'm doing creative stuff as well. You know what I mean? Like say if you're writing a story or like you know, you're making a new voice and stuff like that. You just kind of go like, you know, you're just like the banana went over there, and sometimes I'm just like, oh, where did that come from? But the banana did go over there. You know, it's kind of like one of those things where you subconsciously do it, but I feel like it takes a lot of energy, you know, in
yeah,
terms of
yeah.
like especially when you're trying to be creative, right? Being creative is like it takes a lot of energy anyway. So I suppose if you just didn't think about it more, you'd have more energy to do creative stuff instead of maybe thinking about that type of stuff. I don't know. It's weird. It's like
Yeah.
it's one of those things that interests me so much, and that's the thing. When the fucking boys in the internet goes like massive, I would love for us to like go to have like shows where we go and learn about new stuff, right? We just go to like scientific places and they do studies and stuff like that, and we could just be just like, well, can you see a penis? Or can you not see a penis? Let's find out. Dr. Hardon, what do you think about the matter? You know what I mean? Like, that would be dope, right? Just to have, like, learning from the masters, I guess.
Huh.
You okay?
Sorry, I sort of zoned out and I'm fucking dying.
Okay, alright.
I'm not gonna lie, I completely
That's okay.
I'm
Dude,
so sorry.
find out next time on the podcast, guys. Guys, write
Wait,
in the
what
comments
did
below.
I miss? Guys,
Right.
fill me in.
Guys, write in the comments below what you think about that whole situation. But anyway, so man, let's talk about something with a little bit less energy.
No, what are
Something
you?
with-
What? Because I
What?
was listening and then I don't know what happened. Everything went black.
Okay, so oh shit. So the main gist of what I was saying, right? When
Yeah.
Boys in the Internet gets massive, I would
Right.
love like I think we should have a show called The Boys Learn, right? Where we
Right.
go to like scientific institutes and stuff like that and ask them a question and get them to teach us about it. You know what I mean?
dude, that'd be
we could be
sick.
just like, shit, the boys learn about why the fuck a star is so big, or what the fuck is this, or why the hell do I feel this way, or something like that. We just go do that stuff, you know? I feel like that'd be really
The
interesting.
boys learn how to make Viagra. Shit like that.
That would
like,
be
yeah.
dope. Like, you mean about like, it'd have to be like super stupid shit with like interesting backstories. You know what I mean?
Or we'd have to go to like somewhere where they make like beer or cider or like something, and we can go, and then like they teach us, and they'd like show us, and we get to make our own brew, and then we could call
That
it
would
like,
be sick, right?
the boys brew or something.
The
you know, like,
boys brew.
Yeah.
Oh,
oh, the
I'd like
brews
that.
on internet, boy,
dude.
Ooh.
Oh my god, that's how
See,
it's
that'd be
done,
cool as shit.
dude. That's
See.
just what I was saying with that whole situation.
Okay,
Just another
see,
idea
I'll
for
listen
another
that
show.
time.
Yeah, dude. I made it interesting that time. You know what I mean? I got you by the balls. But anyway, let's change the conversation to a little bit something with a little bit less energy, right? So, dude, I've been hearing that you've been watching a lot of anime recently.
2 seconds.
Yes, Blairlex, I've been watching a lot of anime. I love anime. Anime is my favorite. Let me tell you about this show that I've been watching. Wow, Scott, what show have you been watching?
Let me get it up. So I've been watching, and I know you have as well, a little show called, where's it gone? There it is. Murenase Senton Gakuen.
Oh, it's
But for
the school one.
For you English speakers out there, not
You
you're not fluent in the Nihon. It's Senton Academy. Join the pack.
Oh,
Alright.
yeah. It's so, dude, this fucking show.
We speak
is
the full
like-
Japanese.
Dude, so basically, this show is about a fox girl who introduces a
No.
bunch of people. Oh,
No,
no.
she's a wolf.
Oh, is she a wolf?
She's explained it many a times.
I mean, yeah, but she's like tiny and cute. I mean,
She's a wolf.
yeah,
They've
but
explained why she's tiny. Like, dude, you gotta.
oh wait, they did, didn't they? They did explain
Yes.
why she was tiny. I'm so sorry. I'm watching it when it comes out, dude. That was like
So
2
am I.
weeks ago. That was like 2 weeks ago. You
So you
binge watched this.
No, I didn't. I've been watching it as it comes out.
Oh my god! All right, okay, but anyway, right? So you got this wolf girl, you got this koala girl, you got this sloth girl, which is my favorite, I think.
Sloth Girl is great. I'm not gonna
Sloth
lie.
girl actually is my fucking
She just
favorite.
constantly dies, and it's great.
Just every single situation, like it's just the main joke about sloth girl is like basically it gives you a sloth fact. And then it goes just like, if sloths overexert themselves too many times, they die. And then
It's
so
Because she, like, there's one where she's like, she tastes like the food on, that they've made. I'll explain the concept at some point. But, like, she tastes like some food and then she just fucking dies. And we're all like, ah! And then it cuts to a guy go, like, a scene of, like, a sloth. And it's just like, when a sloth eats anything other than, then it'll say something. They die! It's just so good. But basically what it is there's this... It's set in this, like, sort of weird future?
an alternate reality, I guess,
alternate
right?
reality? No, but they also, like, shown in the past, like, when they first introduced pandas in a zoo and it was just a bunch of humans there. So I think this is
I don't know.
meant
I
to
don't
be in the
think
future.
I don't know. I see where you're going with that, but I don't think so. I don't know. I feel like that was just the meme, right? Like,
I don't think
because it doesn't seem like it's
'cause
that far in the future the case. Because like all the dudes in the show are like their animal counterpart, and then all the females are like half animal, half their counterpart,
Yeah.
right? So
I think
does that mean that somebody had to like go to town on like a panda?
Well, no, because they're not part human. They're still full.
Technically, yeah, they're still full.
Yeah, they're
thing,
still
right?
technically full bred, whatever species they are.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's weird. It's a very. You're not meant to think about it. You're meant to just enjoy it, really. But basically, it's just animals and humans coexist, like as if they're all like top
dogs, you know.
What's the word? Like they all speak like fucking English, Japanese, whatever, and they all go to the same school called Senton Academy, and your main boy is Jin, who hates animals.
Yeah, so he joined an academy
Yeah.
filled with animals.
Well, that's
And
what I'm saying.
he's-
It's because the world is full of them, so any school he'll go to will be that. I think that's what it means.
Dude, but
You
he's
know.
going after this like
But
this
and then there's
other
another
broad,
girl
you know what I mean?
they're the only two humans in the entire school, so he's trying to get a slice. But then there's this wolf girl who wants a slice of him, and
Yeah.
then
And now they've added
it's
this
weird.
panda girl who also wants a slice.
But it's like
You know what I mean?
think yeah,
Jesus.
yeah, she's great though. She's quite funny.
She's my
But-
favorite so far, I think.
I kind of like the lion dude.
Oh yeah.
He's a
The-
good dude because he's just he's a lion, but he's trying to get with a deer or an antelope. Is it? I can't remember like
It's
the exact.
It's the deer of Africa.
Pretty much. Yeah. But it's just it's a very weird show to watch, and that's why I keep watching it.
It's like straight up a comedy. Like there's
Oh
like,
yeah, it's 100% like it tries to do like romance tropes, but then they just get turned on its head because shit just goes south, and it's great, which I'm sort of glad about because I don't want to see a wolf. Like I don't know, I'm not gonna go into full detail, but yeah.
It makes me feel so weird with how the dynamic goes on, right? Because it does like it's kind of like the show's just like it's just a regular like high school show if you really think about it. If you took away all the animal people, it would literally just be a regular show. But it's got animal people and stuff like that. But it's just full of animal facts. You know what I mean? It's just always like
It's like super
Yeah.
informative about animals. It's great.
yeah, like I didn't think I wanted to learn that koalas, koalas when they're born, they can't eat anything. so they have to eat their mother's poo poo and then they can start eating stuff.
Yeah,
Do you
I
guys
didn't
know that?
I,
Like
not gonna
that
lie.
kinda,
Yeah, not gonna lie, didn't know that myself.
right? It's like it's one of those like facts where you're just like, oh, I'm glad I knew that, but dude, Australia is weird. Australia's
As
scary.
well as that, if you make a panda upset, you've got a chance of getting executed in China.
Oh yeah, well, I can believe that one. You know what
Well,
I mean?
that's what I was saying. Like, I can believe it, but it's also just like I never would have known. You know what I mean? I never would have known if it wasn't for this show. Like, it's something that, like, if I heard just in the world, I'd be like, yeah, I can kind of see that pandas are endangered and all that. But it's just like I never would have probably ever found out if I didn't watch this fucking weird ass animal show.
Yeah,
But
before
it's too
Scott
funny.
knew this fact, right? Scott has been suplexing pandas every single time he
Dude, I
can
go
find
up to them,
them.
I'm just like, fuck you, panda, you suck. And then it's just like dead upset, and then I'm like, yeah, whatever. What are you gonna do about it, stupid
Dude,
panda?
but in China, he would be executed for
In
upsetting
China,
the
I'd be
panda's
dead.
feelings. You know,
Exactly,
it's kind
like-
of crazy. Do you like pandas, by the way? Though pandas are pretty.
Pandas are
dope.
cool.
I like
They're
pandas.
stupid as shit.
I think, yeah, aren't they? Don't they like? Isn't that like they're like
They're endangered.
naturally just very dumb?
They're endangered
is-
because they're dead stupid.
Really?
That's-
Is that why they're
yeah.
endangered?
Yeah, they just they don't mate
Oh, do they?
because
They
they're just
don't?
idiots.
Oh.
Yeah, and half of them die because they fall off shit. Like,
It makes you think though, right? Because like sloths would probably be in the same category, but they
they fuck.
still, yeah, sloths fuck. You know what I mean? Like
Dude.
it makes you think to the point where you're just like, pandas, come on, just like roll on her. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
sloths, like as soon as they're done, they die.
Well, it's like I think they've only really managed to keep like pandas going because they'll do it, like let's just say for them.
What?
Like,
Is
they'll-
that the gist?
Well, that's why they have to sort of live in containment now because they don't do it in the wild. They
Oh
just sort of-
wow,
yeah.
dude.
I think that's what I think they still do, but it's just not like they obviously don't do it enough.
Is there actually pandas in the wild? I don't think there is anymore.
That's what I mean. I don't think there is
Hold on.
anymore. But I mean, like when they were.
Are pandas in the wild? In the wild, giant pandas are only found in the remote mountainous regions of central China, in Sichuan, Shaanxi, and Guangzhou provinces. According to the National Zoo, in this area, between 5,000 and 10,000 feet elevation, 1,524, are cool, wet bamboo forests, and the giant pandas call home. So I think there's only like one place where they can actually naturally live.
Yeah.
Because like
That probably doesn't help as well. Like,
yeah, right. Like
well, they're not exactly a sort of like
my
all-rounded
God.
sort of adapted creature, are they?
dude, in
They
2014,
only eat like bamboo, and that's about it. Like,
Dude, in 2014, the latest census found that there were only 1,864 giant pandas alive in the wild.
Jesus.
What the fuck, dude? That's... Oh, but their giant pandas numbers have risen by 17%. So,
Hey.
that's good news.
They
That's
fucking.
good news. They figured it out. But,
Those pandas be fucking.
They fuck? Like, but I mean, like, it always makes you think to the point of just, like, animals have gone extinct at one point in time. I know we're getting off topic of the anime, but isn't that scary?
This isn't off topic of the anime. This is exactly what the anime was meant to do. It was meant to spark discussion about animals with
I suppose.
weebs,
Right?
you know.
Exactly. You know what
But,
I mean? Like,
Well, wait, I was about to... Jenny, I was about to say something and it went. Because you were saying about... Oh, yeah, animals, yeah. Yeah, because, like, yeah, animals have gone extinct before. Like, it happens.
right, but
Like,
like, not to say that you don't think about that, right? But it's something that you think about, that, like, the animal that you do know could go extinct in a couple of years. Isn't that horrifying?
well, I mean...
You know what I mean? Like, who knows? Like, hopefully we save pandas, but, like, if we don't, like, in the future, like, it's gonna be like the dodo for us. You know what I mean? Like, has anybody seen a fucking dodo?
I kind of
A
want to add
dodo's even real?
I kind of want to add a like counter there, because Jesus Christ,
Oh,
you
how
said
many-
like about 17 times in one sentence, and that was great.
I hate it. I hate it. I'm actually getting better at not saying like anymore, but I just did it there. So there you go, dude. How
Yeah.
you doing? It's like my tick, you know? It's like, fuck. Alright, I'm gonna stop saying it now. But anyway, the show's pretty great. I'm actually really, really enjoying it. The panda's my favorite so far, and then it's Sloth Woman, and then I like Wolf Girl, man. I
Wolf
like
Girl's
her
great,
a lot.
dude.
She's my favorite. She's just a bundle of positive joy, and it makes me so happy. I don't know.
But like, fuck. Even I'm saying like now. But yeah, have you seen how they do like the sort of end narration?
No, I haven't. I don't get that
It's
far.
so funny, because like, they do, each character voices like obviously each animal.
Mhm.
They'll voice act, but as a dog. Well, like for the wolf girl, she'll just be going like arr, 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 and then it'll subtitle in like English and Japanese what they're saying, and then like other characters will come in trying to make the noises of each, and it's dead funny. Like, it's dead good.
Wait, dude, actually, speaking of the noises, have you actually heard what a koala actually sounds like?
I have, yeah, and they're terrifying.
It's like, oh.
Yeah, don't like koalas. They're very creepy creatures,
I like them.
and they're
I think.
covered in, is it chlamydia?
Oh, are they?
Yeah,
Is that
They're
because
like
they
one of them-
fuck?
I don't know. You know, let me
Like,
double
why
check.
are they covered in chlamydia? Yeah, like I
Uh,
don't think it's
Koala chlamydia?
chlamydia. Koala chlamydia?
How the fuck do I spell chlamydia? There we go. Chlamydia, a type of sexually transmitted disease also found in humans, has hit the wild koalas hard, with some wild populations seeing 100% infection rate. The infected
What?
bacteria usually aren't fatal, but can severely impact a koala's health, yeah? Like, it's apparently like a
What?
big thing with koalas just having chlamydia.
That's like, how did they get it?
I don't know.
Like, yeah, right. Like, how does one get like? Because I would assume that that's like
'Cause
a
it's just sort
human
of like a
disease, right? Or
It is, but I'm guessing it can sort of spread through, like...
maybe like I don't know. Maybe look up chlamydia. See
I'm
where
trying to see-
where it comes from.
I'm good right now, hang on. I'm trying to see, like, hang on, let's see. How
Yeah, like how do people like? I know it's a sexually
how
transmitted
did
disease, but
koala bears get chlamydia? Here we go.
yeah, I need to know. Because it's one of those things that, like, now that I'm thinking about it, like, what the fuck?
You know what it is?
What is it?
Like, it's just a standard, like, sort of STI in koalas.
Oh, it's just
Like,
it's just in the gene.
They
anyway.
have they have it like kind of like how humans have it, like the same way. It's not like it was a human disease that was given to them. It's just
Oh.
like a normal one, but it's become so big because of what we learned about pandas in the show. Because the babies eat the shit, and the shit is infected with the
Oh
STI.
no! Oh no!
Yeah,
Oh, that's terrible.
that's crazy.
Do you think that'll come up in the show?
I hope not.
Yeah, like I feel like that would be a weird like thing to say, but also it's an animal fact, you know? It's like what else do you
But
know about koalas?
I don't think they really want to talk about
Well,
chlamydia
that's true,
on an
but like,
anime.
yeah, but why are we talking about it? Why did it come up in conversation? What else
Because
can they
it's-
talk about koalas? What else do
They've
koalas
talked
do?
about a lot. They're going to
What
talk
are
about
the koala-
different animals, dude.
What are the koalas like?
Like,
Oh god!
Adult koalas catch chlamydia just as people do through sexual transmission, but young koalas can also become infected by eating pap, a nutritious type of feces,
That's crazy.
when it excreted by infected mothers. That's crazy, dude.
That's so sad. Like,
That's so upsetting.
that's,
dude.
yeah. Like, eventually, I'm sure they're just gonna become like immune to the disease after like generations and generations, right? But knowing that they just have it now makes me really sad.
Well, I think it's sort of been a big, because it was a big thing 2 years ago. I don't know if it's still a big thing now, because I think they've sort of worked on curing them. You know what I mean?
fucking hope so, man.
Koala. Oh, I don't want to search this just on my Google. Let me go open like an incognito or something. Hang on. Koala.
Dude, put on your VPN, man, just so people know.
Chlamydia. How the chlamydia? I don't know how to fucking spell chlamydia. Koala.
How are we for
chlamydia.
time, by the way?
We still got like 5 minutes.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well, it's 57, but you know we
Yeah, we'll
have
stay
the
for
intro.
more.
But I've noticed as well, like last week, all we did was talk about animals, and we've done it again.
I mean, I like animals.
Different animals though, dude. We're like this is like
Yeah, you know what I
we're
mean?
masters of zoology. So like that other episode was zoology 101. Now this is like
Dude,
201.
201.
It's the next semester. You know,
I'm
like-
gonna be real, man. If like, say like in an alternate universe, right? What's it called? Like, I would have liked to have like, I don't know, maybe in the future I might do it as well. You know, when I'm retired and like, you know, all the drugs from my voice acting career have worn out. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't mind to work in a zoo or something like that, right?
Well, I was
know what I
actually
mean?
that was one of my sort of opinion options.
Yeah.
Like when I finished high school, or like before I finished high school, I was trying to decide on what I wanted to do because I knew I wanted to do film or music, like one of those. But I also had like I really wanted to do like animal management, which is the course you need to do to be able to like, you know, like how you
Go
have
into
those people who
zoology
sort
and
of.
stuff.
Well, no, it's like those people who work at the zoo, but they're the ones that are like hands on with the animals, feed them, do their like nutrition and all that shit. And like I was like, that would be sick to do. So it was like I had two routes to go down. It was entertainment or
Animals?
animals. And I
Dude,
chose this stupid one. Why did I do this?
Like, I mean, I don't know
I
what
could have
it
been
is,
chilling
right?
in a reptile house with a bunch of like lizards and frogs and shit and been like, what's up?
'Cause
No, I'm
the-
here doing this shit. What
right?
are you?
Because weirdly enough, right, the way that like I sit there and think of like animal stuff and stuff like you know David Attenborough,
Mm.
you know my boy who does all the really awesome nature things.
Yeah,
He's got the voice as they sit there in the wind. The penguin steals the egg. You know what I mean? He does stuff like that. But
yeah. I know
general-
David Attenborough.
yeah. I was just making sure that the audience do. You know what I mean? Like, it's like,
I'm pretty sure everyone knows who he is.
do they? David Attenborough is he's like a British hero.
He's
But
Sir David Attenborough.
oh, he is Sir David Attenborough.
He's
But like, I
American.
mean, if you're not into animals, like, I don't feel like you know, if that makes sense.
I'm pretty sure everyone does though, because he was on like adverts and everything, and I don't know.
think so,
He's just
okay.
one of those guys, isn't he? Like,
Have you ever heard
Kind
him
of like everyone knew who Steve Irwin was, even if you weren't into animals. Like,
Oh, but Steve Irwin was the crocodile fucking hunter. That
yeah,
man wrestled
he
everything.
was
You
a
know what I
completely
mean?
different icon.
Like
to be
David
quite
David
honest with you.
Attenborough. Like he's the kind of guy who
He
loves
just
animals
talked
so
like
much.
this
Have you
over a video of a penguin fucking another penguin.
have you ever seen
was
like him
gas.
do talks and stuff?
What do you mean, like?
Like on talks, like TED talks and stuff.
No, I've watched episodes of like the shit he's been in, but
Man,
well,
I'd
the shit he's
really
never
I'd
in.
really suggest it. He's a very very interesting man to watch. Just for the sake of you know, I don't know what it is. My brain is like, I love everybody except when I don't. But like, you know, when you're sitting there and you just like, sometimes you think the older generation doesn't have it out for the younger generation. You know what I mean? Sometimes
Yeah.
you feel like that. With David Attenborough, he's one of those guys where I just respect so much for the sake of
Right.
he's like very much a guy who's just like, I'm going to pass down all this information to you guys and you guys are going to protect it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he's a very cool mentor to have. Because I watched a video on YouTube recently. I forgot where it was from, but it was like I don't know what David Attenborough is, but it's like it's not an ecologist or something like that. It's like I'm saying it wrong, but I can't say it. But basically they do the study of animals, right? And so
Yeah.
they got like a
Wouldn't
young
that be zoologist?
no. It's like a different thing. It's like
I swear it's zoologist. That's why I named the last episode Masters of Zoology, because I googled it.
okay. If it's zoologist,
Zoologist.
look up what
Zool-
David Attenborough's title is though, because
Oh yeah, let's do that.
I don't think it's what I'm thinking of.
Attenborough.
Yeah, because anyway, so he was
Spell it wrong, but it's fine.
he was they got
go on.
like someone who had just finished university on their masters, and they got him, and they both like had this really really thoughtful conversation about just them discovering like new animals and stuff like that, and seeing how many like you know microscopic animals that like we still don't know about yet, and how many have like we see the traces of them that were like extinct now and things like that. I think that's really cool. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I think that's like really really cool in terms of like in terms of, like how it is, because animals are like, because we're animals, right? You know, we're big animal boys and stuff like that. You know, but it's just I don't know. I like the care that he shows to the world. You know what I mean? You got to care for
Yeah.
your world, right? Like, and I suppose that comes into global warming and things like that as well, right? Because like global warming affects all of us, right? But we're the only people who are able to do anything about it. And to see like, you know, with global warming happening, right? The new animals that is going to create and the animals that's going to take away. You know what I mean? Like it's always so fascinating. You know what I mean? Just for the sake of this is like a tide which we can't stop, but we can slow down, which is going to change what the Earth is going to look like and how it's going to perform. So it's
just kind of weird to have like, oh my god, voice, hello. It's kind of weird that you can have an understanding of the world that much
right. Yeah.
that like you can understand like if this happens, this is gonna happen, and then this, and it's just like, how the fuck do you know that shit? Like,
It's
I understand, like, because I looked it up. He's a naturalist,
naturalist, that's it. Yeah.
which is the study of like the natural history and involving organisms, including animals, fungi, and plants in the natural environment. So it's like, but dude, like you were saying, fuck off. You were saying before though, like he's passing down all this information for like people to take in and then use to save the world. Blah blah. Why don't we just take his place once he's gone? Like me and you, we go
like,
out into the world and we narrate all the like Blue Planet shit.
I'm in
like,
it. I'm done.
dude,
Let's do it.
We
Let's
should
do
make
it.
our own like show, like the boys, like the boys nature show.
I would
know,
like that.
working
you know
title.
What I mean? Yeah, the boys become naturalists or something like that. You know what I mean?
Or we do a show similar to like Born Survivor, you know, Bear Grylls.
Oh
Where
yeah.
we'll take a camera crew with us and he'll follow me and you through like the jungle.
Oh, dude, we go through the entire jungle, and then like you're just like, look at fucking this, and I'm just like, what is it, Scott? Scott, what is it? Tell us.
It's a Holiday Inn.
Way! Dude, dude, we just go to the side of the Holiday Inn. It's fucking hell, look at it. It's a cockroach. Haven't seen one of these before. These are called antennae extrapedia.
These little things coming off. Legs.
You see these little antennae? I think they use those to see. I think that's its little mouth. Let's spin it upside down.
I can picture the whole show though, like the followers through the jungle. And I'm like, come here. Look at this. Look at this this spider right here. And they're like, and I'm like, and you understand like, Scott, what is it? And I'm like, give me a minute, and I'll pull out my phone. I'm just like, Google, what is a spider with blue legs and yellow back? And it tells me, and it says like highly venomous, do not be within 1 meter or will lunge.
And oh yeah,
it's like
that then it just shows us like not today, demon. It's just like the rest of the episode is just us running out of the forest.
It's like Blair Witch footage, just like
we forgot the cameraman. Fuck the cameraman. He's already dead.
He's already. I'd watch that.
That would be such a good like parody when we come over back into the UK.
We just do it in different like sort of what they call like different biomes as well. Like we'll have like a swamp episode and then like Antarctic episode. It's just stupid shit every
Except it's just all of us in front of a green screen.
Nah, that wouldn't be. It'd have to be real, dude.
No, definitely would definitely be real. But we would bring the green screen with us. You know what I mean? We'd be like one of those like opening things. Just be like, you may think we're in our room right now, but we're in Antarctica.
No, we take the green screen with us to green screen the animals next to us. Whoa! Look at this.
This
Look
is
at
amazing.
this real life tiger that's right here, right now.
Oh my god,
dude!
It's
no
so
one's ever been
fluffy.
this close before. Hey, buddy.
It's so fluffy. Oh my god, Scott, what? Oh, it's eating me, Scott. Oh no, never mind. It was just a nice little lick. Oh, it's actually eating something else. Oh,
Help.
Scott, change the
It's my
footage.
leg.
Change the footage. Scott.
Stop the camera, Scott.
Stop the camera.
Do a cutaway. Oh, this could be. I want to make proper stuff, dude.
I
When
feel
are
like
you
that would
moving
be
over?
fun. When am I moving over? I'll move over soon. I'll try my best.
Sweet, dude.
I'll try my best. Did you know what's scary about living in Ireland?
What?
You know, Dublin is the 10th most expensive country capital to live in the world. You know,
really?
it's cheaper to live in Japan, in Tokyo, than it is to
going.
live in Dublin.
We're going. That's
Can you
it.
believe that? Yeah, dude, let's go, dude. Dude, this is me like running over to Japan.
As
right
much
now,
as
like...
I would have joined in on that bit, but if I did that, I know I would have had a coffin
No,
fit.
don't worry. I'm bringing you in like a horse and cart. Like,
Okay.
wow! What the fuck? Help!
Faster.
Help!
You little bitch.
Ah!
To Japan.
But I can't swim.
To the Nihon.
Unacceptable.
Ohio gozaimasu.
But dude, it does make you think about the future of boys on the internet. We can call this episode "The Future of the Boys" or something like that.
Oh, the boys go on safari.
Dude, I'm gonna be real. That would be dope if we went to Africa.
Like, if we could do shit like that, like,
That would be
like,
so cool. Oh,
if we had the funding, hey guys, we're gonna start.
if anybody wants to
Patreon.
if anybody wants to fund us to go to Africa, we will
Send us on
record it.
safari.
Yeah, oh dude, that would be so dope. Literally, we just have our phones and cameras and stuff like that, and we'd be just like, so over there's a lion.
Dude, look at that, it's a fucking lion, dude.
Yeah, oh my god.
Just the whole thing. There's not like a single bit of intelligent commentary the entire time. It's just, dude, there's a fucking lion, dude. Look at that.
Wow.
Whoa!
Dude, there's a giraffe over there. Oh my god.
And then like we've got like these tour guides with us. They're like, shh, you've got to be really quiet at this point. Hippos are really like, they're really cool unless you like spook them, and then they,
I'm gonna
attack
ride
us.
that
We're like,
fucking
"Whoa!"
hippo.
hungry hippo.
It's just like we're like the tourists in every country. You know what I mean? Like they're just like over there is the Somali pirates. Wow, look at that!
Pirates!
Pirates!
Yeehaw!
Yeah!
Wait.
Dude, it's the One Piece episode where we actually go after our way to try and find the One Piece.
Oh my god.
Except we get kidnapped by Somali pirates.
I got the boys do One Piece, and it's like us just like on a ship, like we're on a pirate adventure, and then we actually get kidnapped. By, like, and then it just becomes found footage.
Yeah, like
A found footage film of us being like taken by pirates.
dude, imagine like having a chills video, just being like number 15. The boys on the internet disappeared on their way to Africa. They wanted to go on a pirate ship to go see what it was like, but then ended up getting kidnapped. Number 60.
It'd be a conspiracy though. It wouldn't happen. It'd be like the boys' disappearance. So they were planning a trip to Africa. Before leaving, they tweeted this. Hey guys, we want to go on a ship to try and spot some cool animals on the way there. Oh, so excited. They've never tweeted since. This was 10 years ago.
But this nice guy called David, definitely not a pirate, replied, being just like, I have a boat.
Come see it. And then the boys replied, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Do you have Wi-Fi on that boat? They were never seen again.
It's been 10 years, and their bodies have never been found.
But there is a treasure
See,
map.
I'm ill, so I can do that voice quite well, because it's quite, like, congested, that voice, isn't it? Like,
It's my favorite, like...
number 15.
My favorite easy voice to do. Number 15. The last thing you want on your Boicast adventure is Somali pirates.
Right, everybody, thank you so much for listening.
All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Mwah. Wait, hold on. That was a bit
been a
of
good
early
one.
kiss.
I survived it. Like,
You did, dude. You were
it
a
was
champion.
rough at the beginning.
You were a
It
champion.
was rough at the beginning,
Not
but
gonna
I
lie.
managed to bring it back. Yeah,
You were a champ.
because like we were gonna record, like, I had a free day like the other day, but the day I was free was the day I got really sick. I was like, fuck, when I get podcast done, it's already late as is. But
I remember like we're gonna go
can you do?
podcast, and then you were just like, I'm dying, dude. And I was just like, it's okay, dude. Don't worry about it.
recover, man.
So this is the recovery podcast. We'll come back to our regularly scheduled podcast very, very soon, once we're all completely well.
The next one I won't be like. It's also quite funny though, because I swear, like, every podcast we're ill. We had like a spree of like 3 episodes when neither of us was ill.
I generally think it's because we work too much. You know what I mean? I think we're just naturally exhausted. So when we get sick, we get super sick.
But what can you do? What can you do?
We do this for you, viewers. We do this for you. But anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. You can find us on Spotify and all the other places that you can find us. Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, all the good places. You'll find us.
All the links are in the description.
All the links are in the description.
Soon our Discord is gonna be we're gonna have a boys on internet Discord.
We're merging the Discords.
We're gonna merge our separate Discords just because we don't do enough solo to justify having sort of solo
Discords
anymore.
Yeah.
And we want to just sort of focus it more on the boys, and then we'll promote our solo stuff in there with like solo channels and stuff. So sooner or later, we're gonna have just a single Discord link in the description for the boys.
Hell yeah.
That'll be quite easier to do as well. So look forward to that. And
So, dude, you ready for the kiss?
I'm gonna go drown myself in more anime while you give us a big old smoocheroni. I'm watching Bakuman. If you've never seen it, give it a watch. There's fucking loads of episodes. There's like 25 per season, and there's 3 seasons. It's great.
Was that?
Whoa. That was a moist kiss, dude.